our YouTube channel the lovely girls from Biting Block Theatre. So we've got Octavia and Emily.
We are so excited to have the girls here. They are doing their show Catching Up, which is a really brilliant play that they've both written. How did you both meet and what gave you the impetus to start the play?
We met at Arts Ed and we were both on the same course and we just worked really well together. And then we were at a workshop actually, having graduated, and we were just like, oh, it would be great to make our own work and to see what we could do kind of by ourselves. And then we threw some ideas around and then came up with an idea that we both really liked.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So go back to your Edinburgh experience.
We did the Edinburgh Free Fringe, the PBH Free Fringe, which was just amazing. We didn't really know too much about the Free Fringe before we did it, and it's just such a great opportunity for people who don't want to risk spending so much money on going up to the Fringe, because obviously it's so expensive. But you don't have to pay for your venue, and then you get donations at the end. And people were surprisingly very generous.
Yeah. Actually, the place where we were was a real treat in terms of the people who were running the venue were the most generous people. They were just so welcoming. It made it a real home.
Yeah,
they were really nice.
I think that's something of the Fringe in general, is that it's just unexpected. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, definitely, and it's such a community. Everyone comes together.
Absolutely.
We were in the basement of this cafe with this Scotsman and his son, and they were just so cute and so welcoming, and would make us little lunches, and it was just great.
So nice.
They were really fun, and they would go outside and flyer for us before the show. Yeah, they'd be like, come on in, we've got 2 great girls in here, and they would just really help us out. And yeah, it was a really good Fringe atmosphere of everyone chipping in.
We found that with our venue as well, so they would give us free drinks after the show.
It was great.
We just got to know them really well. I mean, we got drunk quite a lot, didn't we?
Yeah, I think that's something of the Fringe, is just if you just connect with people, be a nice person, and you get a lot out of it. And you have to adapt, and you have like a 10-minute get-in, if you're lucky. But it's just so much fun.
It is.
There's no experience like it.
Oh,
yeah, definitely. It was great, and we were so amazed at the response. The first couple of days we did some flyering, and people showed up mainly from the brochure, the Maidenhead Fringe one, and then after a few days we weren't even really needing to flyer because the audience were just coming, even though it was a bit further out of the way than the original venue. And the other thing I loved about the Free Fringe was how immediate your interaction with the audience was. So literally as they're walking out, they could just have a conversation with you because they're putting money in the bucket, and you get to it's just like live feedback, and it was just, it was an amazing experience.
Yeah, and we were unsure of the whole asking for money at the end, because people are coming to a free show and you think, but a few people in the venue who'd done it before gave us some advice, and they were just like, just be really honest and be like, if you think that you would pay £10 to see this on the normal Fringe, we'd love it if you'd pay that for us, but if you don't want to pay anything, that's fine. But people were so generous, and it was great, and yeah, we got some really good feedback, didn't we? It was nice.
So would you recommend doing the Free Fringe?
100%.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so good to hear.
I would definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I think if you don't have the money to put into a show to do the main Fringe, I'd definitely recommend it. But obviously you do lose certain control over it, so you don't get to choose your venue or your time really, and I also think reviewers might be slightly more hesitant to come because they can't obviously get a comp or anything. But I think for us, we didn't even have a script at the point when we applied. I mean, it would have been crazy for us to even try and find the amount of money that would have cost to go and do the main paid Fringe. We just couldn't have done it. We just absolutely couldn't have done it. I mean, the cost of even being up at the Fringe, just living there, is insane with accommodation and everything. So it was a great option for us, and we were really grateful for everything that they did for us.
With the PBH Free Fringe, something that we actually rehearsed was our bucket speech.
Yeah.
So what are your tips for a excellent bucket stick.
Our main thing was please just put the word out there, recommend it to your friends, tweet
Absolutely.
about it, put
that was
a
what we
review on the
wanted.
Ed Fringe website,
Yes.
and people wrote the most lovely reviews on that
As
website.
well, that we'd really recommend is we had programs.
Yeah.
Because I think
Which
you
you
guys
advised
had
to
programs.
us, and we did exactly the same
Yeah,
thing.
because people can contact you, and we had people contact us after the show, and I mean it's just great to put your information out there and tell people about you.
Yeah, and you never know who's going to come see it. There could be a casting director in the audience and you have no idea, and they have to rush off at the end and they don't have time to say what's your details. But if you've got it all there, your spotlight pin, a little blurb about yourself, and then like our Twitter handle. We've got so many nice reviews on Twitter that if we'd have just said in our bucket speech, our Twitter handle is this,
They're not going to quite forget it. Yeah.
And one time it was so crowded that a reviewer actually sat behind us on the stage.
It was so
on the
good.
ground because there was nowhere for her to go.
That sounds like it was so successful. What a great feeling for you guys.
Yeah, it was. It was actually amazing that people were putting up with those conditions to see the show. There was one really funny one, and I can't remember what it was, but she made a joke about like, if it's going to rattle in the bucket, don't put it in.
That's quite good.
So-
You can get away with that kind of
Because it was
humour.
a comedy show.
Yeah, absolutely.
She can joke around with it, and everyone laughed, and then it makes it. I mean, bloody hell, I was putting in coins after that. I was straight in there with the notes.
With the notes, flashing that cash.
I mean, you're not going to be. Yeah, you don't want to be the one who's. But we weren't that pushy, to be honest. I think we could have made more money if we had been more pushy, but
We
our
get too
main
embarrassed.
thing,
Yes,
our
too
main
British.
thing was that we wanted people to spread the word because we weren't in the centre of town.
Important.
That was the main thing that was really important.
And
to
you were
us.
trying out new work, which obviously has become very successful. So tell us about where it's going now and what you're doing at the moment.
What's the future?
Yeah.
When I saw the play at the etc., what struck me was how brave and bold, and I literally was on the edge of my seat. I know it's such a cliche phrase, but you don't know what's going to happen next. So talk to us about the themes of the play and what the play means to you.
Essentially, what it means to be a woman in the 21st century and what it means to have a female friendship. It really looks at how girls are in their female friendships when they're close and also when they're less close. And it asks a lot of questions about whether a woman can have it all in terms of career and of family.
To finish us off, describe your show, 3 words.
Relevant.
Gripping.
Ooh.
Intense.
Yes.
Yeah. I think they're three good words.
That sounds great. Makes me want to go and see it.
Me and Lizzie will be seeing the show, so please drop us a message, and we'd love to see as many people there as possible. But before we go, Octavia, Emily, please tell us where we can find the play, what time it's on, and what dates.
Great. So we're on at Theatre N16, which is a 2-minute walk from Tottenham Hale Tube Station on the Victoria line, the best line. And we're on from the 15th to the 17th of May, and then the following week, the 21st to the 24th of May, all at 7 p.m.
The next week, on Bank Holiday Monday, we are at the Stockwell Playhouse in the One Act Festival, and the date will be
The 28th of May.
If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel.
And if you want to see more things like this, please give it a thumbs up.
You can find us on Facebook.
And on Twitter, and now on our newly formed Instagram page.
Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.